to our regular demo. Thank you all for attending our regular demo today. I've got a lot of exciting updates to tell you about. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Brian. First of all, let's talk about the more important things and ideas than probably our demo. Today, we celebrate the 61st anniversary of launching a man into space for the first time. 61 years ago, one not very famous man said, "Поехали," which meant "let's go," and flew up to reach the stars. When he got back to Earth, he became the most famous and popular man on the planet. Those were incredible times, and I'm a bit nostalgic about them. Times of brave endeavors and terrible mistakes, colossal breakthroughs and awful disappointments. I often ask myself, what was driving all those people? What kind of motivation did they have? Unfortunately, I wasn't there and I didn't take part in those great achievements. But we have a lot of historical evidence, books and other materials. And as well, we can make guesses and imagine how it was happening. And I'd like to share some of my thoughts on the topic. At first, people were driven by a tough competition. It was almost everywhere, in all spheres of people's lives. But it worked for the common purpose and the good. It didn't happen in a bad manner, but it encouraged people to get out of their comfort zone, to create and change their environment. Second, there were some contagious and viral ideas. Those ones made people believe in the bright and shiny future where they and their children would live in joy and happiness. People were less selfish and more focused on the common good, so they could achieve those outstanding outcomes working together. And third, people were fearless. They lived and behaved in a brave and reckless manner. They were ready to lay down their lives for others, for their ideas, and for the future. Today, we can analyze it and reflect on that and make our own decisions. Our future will depend on our decisions and actions of today. Stay fearless, friends, and let's build a better future for us and for our children. Yeah, let's get started with our agenda. Today we are going to talk about some points. The first one I would like to share with you is our Kusama Treasury Grant Completion Report. Then I would like to demonstrate some iOS features, but I've already demonstrated on Android, but I guess it's important to repeat that because they are not so obvious and sometimes it may look quite complicated. Then I'm going to provide you with some updates of our design team. And finally, we will talk about our Fearless Wallet plans and perspectives. And as usual, we will have time for question and answer, so you can prepare your questions and we can discuss them later. Let's get started with our Kusama Treasury Grant Report. Let's start with infrastructure issues and what we have done in terms of this big bunch of functions. In terms of infrastructure issues, a lot of important updates have been implemented. A logic patch has been integrated. It allows the app to maintain multiple connections with multiple networks, the so-called connection pool. Here, connections and sockets monitoring happen. Data layer has been updated significantly. The subscription system has been implemented, allowing the app to look after any database changes by subscribing to them. Actual metadata updating logic has been applied. Thus, the app can work with any chain despite having different metadata and data types. It can react to any data changes in a real-time manner. Also, we've developed and are keeping in actual state utils libraries. They are stored on GitHub and work like a kind of backend for our app. Using them, we can handle chain and assets lists, tune up their appearance, manage chain nodes, connect subquery projects, and so on. It's worth mentioning that BIP32 library support has been added to work with Ethereum accounts and basic functions of Moonbeam and Moonriver parachains. That's the brief report related to important infrastructure updates. Now we can proceed to UI deliverables. The app interface has been changed sharply. The most important UI update applied is that a user can see a lot of assets of different chains and handle them. In the previous versions of the app, users could see only one chain and had to switch between different chain accounts to get access to their assets. Another important idea implemented is the meta accounts or wallets one. Wallet is a new entity getting together all chain accounts on Polkadot and Kusama chains and their parachains. Having just one key pair, or in other words, a mnemonic phrase, you can get access to all your assets on the ecosystem. It doesn't mean that you are limited by one wallet. Actually, you can have as many wallets as you need, and you can switch between them easily. Staking and crowd loan interfaces have been slightly affected by the new paradigm. A switcher has been added for both flows. It gives users an opportunity to select Polkadot, Kusama, or West End staking and crowd loan contributions flows. Setting tab has been rebuilt as well. First of all, wallet management and chain account one have been splitted, and chain account flow has been merged into the wallet one. Now users can switch between their wallets and then go deep into wallet details and manage chain accounts. Wallet management flow has just a few options like wallet details and wallet export. Chain account management one has more options. There are copy address, node management, replace account with another one, export account, track account details on Polkascan and Subscan. Wallet import and export flows have been modified to support different types of accounts in a wallet. It doesn't affect regular import-export scenarios with a mnemonic phrase. But if you use other ways like row seed and JSON key-store file backup, you will face two-step scenario for importing and two different sources of data for export. That's because of having different row seeds and JSON files for Substrate and Ethereum-based accounts. So the report seems to be completed, and we can move on to the demo part. So let's kick off our demo. So the first one, let's start with the asset management feature on the wallet screen. It's mostly about UX improvement and refinements. Since the first launch of the app and until you start tuning assets list manually, there is an auto sorting list function working. It means that without any effort from your side, your assets are in a definite order in terms of their total balance or total capitalization. This feature allows you to hide and show assets according to your performance or according to your preference and goals. And it gives you an opportunity to change their order by simply dragging and dropping assets list items. Let's move to a real example. So we can activate this feature by tapping on the control on the top right corner. So you can see the asset list here, and we can switch off all assets we don't need to see at the moment. Let's switch off some of them. Yeah, then we should push apply, and we can see that some of assets have been hidden. Then we can just move or change order of the assets. So, for example, I'm more interested in my balance for Kintsugi, and I can put it in onto the top. And for example, Karura is my second interest. So yeah, I can apply these changes. And finally, yeah, if we have like hundreds of assets here, we can just search for or look for assets by typing some text here. Or if we need to find a Karura, we can just type car here. And for example, we can switch off it. So that's all about the feature. It's quite useful as far as I understand, because probably not many users have a lot of assets. And if we just need to have a couple of assets or a few assets, we can reduce this, or we can make this list shorter. So the next feature I would like to talk to you about is the wallet export feature. But at the beginning, I would like to share some basic assumptions and comments on this flow. First of all, it works only for wallets with chain accounts united by one mnemonic phrase. It's the most common case for regular users. The second one is that the flow looks almost similar to export chain account, but there are some nuances. For example, for raw seed and JSON keystar options, it's possible to export seed and JSON files for both Substrate and Ethereum-based accounts. And finally, we've modified some UI to separate two scenarios: export wallet flow and wallet details flow, which gives user access to chain accounts. Let's get started. Let's go to the wallet screen. Yeah, we are on it. Yeah, and here we have two options to go to the next step. So we can use this birdly icon, or we can go to settings and to wallet options. And here we can go to this ellipsis control, and we can see two options here: view wallet and export wallet. So we can just tap on this ellipsis control, and here we can see two options. So the first one is the view wallet. So here we can go to our wallet details, and all options to manage our chain accounts are available here. But here now we are interested in the other option in exporting wallet. So let's go to export wallet. Here we can see the first screen of the flow, and on the first screen we can see the information that accounts with are with 1K. So that's I've mentioned before, because this flow works just for wallets with a 1K pair. Let's tap continue button. Check this screen is needed. It's necessary to be sure that we export the correct wallet with the necessary list of chain accounts. And here we can just put we push export button. So here we have 3 options as usual. The first option and the most popular option actually is mnemonic passphrase, but sorry for the order here, because in my opinion the mnemonic passphrase is the most popular option. Here we can just put on it, and please pay your attention to advanced block. If you change default derivation paths while creating your wallet, they will be shown here for substrate accounts and for Ethereum based accounts separately. Then you should repeat the passphrase, and you can't skip the process as opposed to the create wallet flow. I'm not going to do that because it may take a lot of time, and to save our time, I'm not going to do that. Finally, you will be transferred to the wallet list screen. Yeah, and we are here, but we've started with the settings screen. That's why we are on the settings screen. Let's have a look at the export with the row seed flow. Once again, wallets, sorry, wallets. Export to wallet, continue, export, row seed. The main difference between the flow and the similar one of exporting chain accounts is having 2 seeds. The first is for substrate chain, and the second is for Moonbeam Moonriver accounts. For safety reasons, there isn't an option to copy seeds to the clipboard or to use the system share feature. You should write down your seeds, or for example, you can just have a screenshot, but it's unsafe, definitely. But for testing purposes, we usually behave this way. I mean, we usually take screenshots, or sometimes we ask our developers to give us an opportunity to copy these row seeds to clipboards. And I'd like to get your attention to the advanced block one more time. You will see custom derivation path only for substrate accounts, but we haven't changed the derivation path here for this account, for this wallet. But if you changed it, you would see here the custom derivation path. For Ethereum-based accounts, it doesn't make sense because the raw seed is the exact public key that you should use for importing to MetaMask wallet or Polkadot.js. And let's go to the final scenario. I mean, exporting with JSON KStore file. Let's go back to the screen and choose the option JSON wallets, export, continue, JSON. Yeah, here we should come up with the password. Yeah, and then the flow is similar to the export chain account one. You should come up. Sorry, we've already completed that. Finally, you can see your JSONs. So here we can see our JSONs. And there are two of them again, because they are different for Ethereum-based accounts and for Substrate accounts. And here we can choose between export Substrate and export Ethereum. And we can also, we have two options. We can export to a file or export as a text. And here you can use share functions, system functions. Because it's quite safe. Your JSON file has been encrypted with your password. And we expect you to export Substrate and Ethereum accounts step by step. So, because if you want to add your wallet, to import your wallet on Android, for example, you will need to add both. I mean, Substrate JSON and Ethereum JSON files, and the same for raw seed. Yeah, to sum up all the ideas, you should keep in mind the following facts. The export wallet flow works for the wallet united by one secret and mnemonic passphrase. You should write down or share somewhere two seeds or JSONs. The first is for Substrate accounts, and the second is for Ethereum-based accounts. And please be careful with cryptotypes and custom derivation path. If you don't understand how it works, it's better not to open the advanced block. If you export a wallet with customized cryptotypes and derivation path, carefully write them down along with other secret data. Yeah, that's all about the wallet export flow. Let's switch to the final flow I would like to show you, and that's the flow of adding extra chain account. So the idea of this user case is quite straightforward. If users don't want to have a lot of wallets with 1 or 2 tokens in each, they would like to have an opportunity to add their chain account to their kind of main wallet. One important thing should be mentioned. For now, you can add a new chain account only by replacing the current one. Let's go to the flow. Here I have 2 wallets, and one wallet's like with the name Westend, because I've shortened it, and like the name Westend. And for example, I don't have here a Bifrost account, and I would like to see my Bifrost tokens here, but I have them on another account. What should I do? I should go to the account where my Bifrost tokens are. I should go to the wallet details and yeah, go to the and I should find here my Bifrost account. Yeah, here it is. Then I can just take I can just choose the option export account. Yeah, and here is the same three options. I can just use mnemonic passphrase. I should write it down, but I've prepared for this, and I've already copied this mnemonic passphrase to the clipboard. So then I go to my previous, my first account. Yeah, I should choose the same Bifrost account, and I should choose replace account option. Yeah, we can see different options here actually, so we can just use different import options like mnemonic passphrase, row seed, JSON, but yeah, I prefer using this mnemonic passphrase option. Yeah, my cheat doesn't work, by the way. Just let me copy my seed phrase from Telegram chat. Yeah. Okay, so one more time, I should confirm my action by entering the pin code. And yeah, as far as you can see, my Bifrost account is here. And let me get your attention to the settings or to the list of tokens, and you can see here like an extra block at the top of the screen, and this block is for the accounts with changed key. Yeah, that's how it works. And this is probably the final scenario I would like to show you today. And we can switch to our design team updates. So we are working on 3 different flows and 3 different big, quite important and big tasks. The first one is Bifrost SALP protocol implementation, and it's about to be done already. Actually, we're working here on both 2 scenarios, 2 flows. The first one is updating crowd loan flow to give users an opportunity to contribute through the Bifrost chain. And another important feature is teleport feature, because you should teleport your Kusama tokens from Kusama Relay chain to Bifrost chain to be able to contribute through Bifrost crowd loan flow. Another important feature is the democracy implementation. We've already started working on that, and we've already prepared the first draft, but it's quite raw for a while, so I've decided not to show it today, but we are going to keep working on that, and I will provide you with some updates on this issue a bit later. And finally, we are currently working on NFT implementation. The situation is quite the same as for the previous flow. So we are working on some basic flows like showing a list of NFTs, showing NFT details, and NFT transfers. Yeah, and it's time to talk about our product plans and perspectives. As I've already started talking about Bifrost implementation, Bifrost team requested the integration of the feature into Fearless Wallet, and we evaluated the issue, prepared estimations, and now we are ready to apply for a grant. And at the same time, our design team is completing UI UX development and technical documentation preparations. Talking about democracy integration, we've done some research of the app implementations and had a couple of meetings to specify the priorities and possible set of important features. Now we are at the process of UI UX development and additional research, and we are going to collaborate with Polk Assembly team on the integration of their off-chain content. Regarding on our NFT support, we are almost at the same stage. We had a meeting with the Remark team and discussed integration perspectives. Then we started some research and UI UX development. Now we realize what we should do, and we're going to apply for a grant to start the implementation. For Sora Parachain and mainnet support, and for Polkadot DEX integration, we are in active cooperation with Sora and PolkaSwap teams. It's necessary to modify the interface of the app and upgrade Sora mainnet metadata to version 14. Then the Sora integration won't take a lot of time and resources. PolkaSwap integration is more complicated because we should design DEX UI and then make the integration, so it may take more time. And now our team has been receiving requests from different teams of ecosystem. They would like to collaborate on DeFi tools integration, like collator and liquid staking, liquidity pools, farming, and so on. And we are interested in these initiatives and happy to support them. At the moment, we are having several negotiations with teams, preparing a schedule and allocating resources to be ready for that. Yeah, that's all about our plans. And I guess I finished with my agenda, sorry. And I'm happy to answer any of your questions, so that it's time for your questions. Okay, if there are no questions, I'm happy to congratulate you with the Space Day, and it's a great day for the whole humankind. And yeah, have a nice day and celebrate it, because it's great. And looking forward to meeting you next time on our regular demos. Thank you very much for your time, and see you later. Stay fearless.